Oh, what you gonna do? You wanna get down? Tell me. Oh, what you gonna do? Do you wanna get down? Oh, what you gonna do? You wanna get down? Oh, what you gonna do? You wanna get down? Tell me.
Welcome to Cadeau and Janko Wednesdays at Lunch Burger Edition. This week, did you even say anything?
I did. You can't see it.
All right.
Because my mouth is so low.
This week, Matthew and I went to Green Panther, singular, Panthère Verte, because it was suggested to us by our guest, Meera Kotecha.
Hi, everyone.
Meera, we had a little confusion right before we went. Apparently, there are multiple locations. I only knew of the one. Mm-hmm. Where are some of these other ones? We went to the one on Mackay between Sherbrooke and de Maisonneuve.
Yeah, so they've actually been branching out quite a bit, I guess, since the franchise has taken off and people have been really liking it. So yeah, as you said, they have the one on Mackay, and then they have one on Queen Mary in Cotecha and DG area. They have one that just opened up actually near to where I live on Lacombe, so it's right beside UDM.
Okay.
And then I think part of the original three, so the Mackay, Mount Royal, and then there's one on Saint Denis as well.
Okay, that's crazy. Because I feel like, I don't know which the original one was, but I feel like the one we went to today in my mind is the original one. Mm-hmm. And their logo used to really just be the Pink Panther recolored. But now they've kind of changed his proportions and gave him a spotted nose. So he's a little different from the Pink Panther, not just green.
I mean, I was very impressed that we were even able to get in there with the amount of construction that's been going on in these surrounding areas.
No downtown construction work apparently this summer.
Oh, yeah?
Well, maybe not none, but they're moving the majority of it. Last year was real bad.
It was really bad.
And that was in part because they were setting up for this year. Mm-hmm. And most of the construction is going to be out of downtown for this year because they expect an extra influx of tourists. They've had some sort of ad campaign, which I'm not crazy about. That's sorry, Toronto, we're going to be making a lot of noise this year. And no one in Toronto gets what this is about. Nobody cares. No one cares. And I don't know, the mayor's been visiting Europe to help promote tourism for this year. They're lighting up the Jacques Cartier Bridge. They're putting little LEDs all over the damn thing, so it's going to be pretty nice, yeah. They could do sort of different wavy things. They could do let's say the Canadians are in the playoffs, make it red, white, blue, or whatever, things like that. Mm-hmm. I don't know. There's a bunch of we're getting the new metro trains rolling out now. There's a bunch of little things happening, and it's the 50th anniversary of Expo 67, the 150th anniversary of Canada, 375th of Montreal. So it's they're doing a bunch of things all at once. Okay. 50th anniversary of the metro, I guess. Mm-hmm. They're doing a bunch of things. What do you have to say about it, Matthew?
Nothing. Seems like a waste of money.
It kind of does.
A whole lot of lights going everywhere.
They spent millions on the lights on the bridge.
Oh,
it's our bridge is a
we got a party coming up. How many times are we going to be able to celebrate 375?
Well,
once.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like it's that great of a milestone.
I guess, but what are we going to wait another 25 years to celebrate?
I'd say wait 125 years. 400, what's that? Go to 500. That's a celebration.
Well, then we're all dead. You got to do them every now and again to keep people who are alive happy.
Yeah, that's true. Good point.
Spend everybody's money.
Yeah. Well, they're getting a bunch of government money, so we're spending all of Canada's money on this.
That's still money.
From Montreal,
They could put the cat houses back in at the Parliament buildings
for
that money.
You love the idea of these cat houses at Parliament, don't you?
Just one house. And make a separate house for the raccoons.
Do you know of these cat houses?
No.
Matthew, you want to tell her about the cat houses?
You've been to Parliament before?
Yeah, I have.
What do you visit Parliament for?
Just, I think I was actually
history?
there. No, I mean, possibly when I was really young for history, but I guess most recently, which was probably 10 years ago, I actually danced in Parliament. Yeah.
No way.
I danced for the Prime Minister at that time.
Awesome.
It was for Steven Harper. I was really, it was a great time. I did classical Indian dance in front of a bunch of dignitaries and also Steven Harper.
That's cool. What
was
was the Like, what was going on?
It was just like a multicultural kind of event that they were hosting at Parliament. And there were a bunch of different dancers, some groups, and I did a solo performance there.
That's super cool.
Yeah, it was really fun. My dance teacher asked me, I don't know necessarily why, I'm certainly not the best, but it was great.
Maybe you're just the most likable dancer.
Maybe. Who knows?
Put that on your CV. Just
I did.
Bullet point
Can
form.
you believe I did? But it was like under like extracurricular and like volunteer. Yeah,
dancing
exactly.
for Steven Harper.
I did for sure. I think I could take it off now, but I would still.
No, I don't know. I mean, regardless of how long ago, it's not like you were 8 when you did it.
No,
you were still a grown up.
I was in university.
Yeah, right. Like that's pretty legit.
Yeah. It was.
Well, your story trumps mine. Because I would just go to Parliament for the cat houses.
Oh, yeah. So let's get into the cat houses.
Tell me about the cat houses.
Really
What's this about?
Well, on the outskirts of Parliament, just by the woods, you got the stairs that lead down.
Yeah.
And there's a little section that is just a little, like a doghouse. I want to say doghouse because most people don't build cat houses. Yeah. Similar to a little clubhouse for cats. And the cats just hang out. And there's a little plaque saying, these are all the feral cats of Ottawa. And they come and... hold a summit here of some sort.
Hold a summit?
Well,
is that what it says?
No, not really. I try to make it more
it's like
important.
the United Nations of cats.
But recently it's been overrun by raccoons. They've taken over the premises, and the last couple times...
I didn't know this part.
The last couple times I went to check out the cats in the little cat house, and just raccoons are just hanging out there, being tough, just not
Raccoons are tough, man.
They are. They're super tough,
sure.
and they don't get along with cats.
No.
Brave, did you say?
They're very brave.
They're super brave. They're stubborn, too.
Yeah. Well, imagine if we were raccoons, right? And we were, like, trying to fight for garbage and fight for food.
Be more like
I think
cat.
you'd naturally...
I'd probably be more like the cat who's scared of the raccoon who goes, fine, have the house. Matthew, what do you know about Panthère Verte?
I don't know anything about it. When you texted me the name today, I was like, of course, that's the name of the place we're going to eat a veggie burger at.
Well, Matthew, I've got a couple more veggie burgers on my list. We will eventually be eating more veggie burgers. So I hope you like the one you ate today.
Well, I thought you could gauge my reaction while I was eating the burger, but apparently not. So it'll come as a shock to you when we talk about it.
I guess.
Panthère Verte, from the moment we walked into this place. Meera, do you love this place?
To be honest, it's actually one of my favorites.
Okay.
I really, really like it. I like kind of what they represent as well.
Well, okay, so this is the first time that either of us have eaten there. Yeah. So could you tell us a bit about your past experiences with this place? What do you think of this place?
Yeah, so I probably went there originally not for their veggie burger. I went there for their falafel, which they say is one of the best in town. And I actually agree with that. I've tried like falafel from many different restaurants, and I think that this is like definitely one of the best ones. So yeah, like I guess like they represent a very eco-friendly restaurant. As you could see, like when we went in, everything was wood. They had, like kind of like utilitarian like type chairs and benches, and they have an area where you can kind of sit and have like a little picnic style. You take off your shoes and you'll sit on a little bit of an elevated bench. There's a lot of plants around.
Did you take your shoes off? Because I sat at that bench. I kept my shoes on. What did the shoes
Not
have
at
to
that
do?
one. There was like actually like a seated area not too far from us where there was like I said, like an elevated bench style.
Right beside the entrance.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, now where you would like sit down, like maybe cross-legged.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. And I guess they really advocate just being more eco-friendly. So they recycle a lot. They use organic products. I think one of their most important parts of like, I guess, the idea or the concept of a restaurant was just to talk a lot about ingredients and what every item on the menu comprises of. And yeah, all their ingredients are really laid out for people to even, they like when people ask them questions about what's in them, what is it made from, so a lot less preservatives. They make everything from scratch. Yeah, all vegan, all organic. Yeah. The only waste I saw in any of our meal was the single sheet of wax paper for each of our baskets. So the baskets are reused. They got little tin cups that are reused.
The only little waste was a single piece of wax paper.
But that wax paper goes into
compost.
That's true. So
I couldn't even throw
waste.
it out. I wanted to throw it out.
Yeah, Matthew was desperately looking for the garbage and thinking that next time... Well, you tell them, Matthew.
Well, next time, I'm going to take my garbage to go.
You're so angry.
Just to throw it in the trash can?
Throw it in the trash. It's my right. I wanted to ask, where's the trash? I see compost. I'm not composting on...
Well, they are.
But it's my garbage. I paid for it.
Well, what... But you're going to throw in the garbage anyway.
And I'm going to let them reuse it?
Well, no, they're composting it. They're not just using that wax paper again.
It's coming. It's serving someone some benefit. It's helping someone out.
Why don't you want that, Matthew? Why do you want your garbage to just be garbage in a landfill?
It's just sneaky. It's a sneaky way to be.
I don't think it's sneaky. It was labeled. You know exactly what's going on.
My way is sneaking my garbage out. Yeah. I guess I got a little, off the rails on that one. I just would have liked there to be garbage, compost, and recycling. I
guess. Okay. Now, Matthew, I'm thinking myself, this vitriol, this sort of bad attitude for the garbage.
Oh, it affected this whole trip.
Yeah, I feel like it started maybe with the meal. Maybe when you walked in, I felt like there was a certain judging attitude.
Not on my part, on their part, because I felt very unwelcome.
Why? How did you feel unwelcome?
I felt like she knew.
I feel like you've got a beard, you're wearing flannel. You look like the type of person who just might be really into this organic vegan lifestyle.
No, not at all. I felt very out of place. There were people there.
Oh, man.
People there reading books. There were,
how dare they?
This is supper time. There were people there in what I could only imagine are romantic relationships, and their ages were vastly separated.
I did not notice that.
Wow. I couldn't tell. Are they father and daughter, or no? Arms going around. It's like, this is, I don't want to, it's not normally a deal breaker for a restaurant, but I was just putting everything together. Meera, I wasn't sure if I was supposed to ask for the veggie burger or just the burger, since all they have is the veggie burger.
True, yeah.
And I feel like I was asking you these questions right before, and she heard me ask, and it was
was
clear
right
that I was really, I didn't know what I was doing, and I didn't want to come across as just a stranger in this strange land.
Well, Matthew, you're not a burger novice. When you go into a restaurant and they have one burger on the menu, I've been with you before where you have ordered the burger.
Yes, that's true. But this felt different to me. This felt like I was being judged. It felt like they could see through me. They knew that I've probably eaten meat today.
Oh, man.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's all fair.
See, you fit in well. You fit in. They recognize you. They recognize your.
Well, Meera likes this restaurant, so maybe they do recognize it.
But to be honest, I've only been to that location, I think, like once or twice before, and at like really large intervals in time
Years
between,
yeah.
like. Yeah. How do I fit in? How did I play the part?
Okay, maybe I explained this poorly. The best way for me to explain it would be relating it to, you seen Invasion of the Body Snatchers?
No.
Wow. Sebastian?
Yes.
So when
at least two of the versions of that
you're trying to mingle with these people who look human, but then they realize that you aren't one of them, and they point and they just scream to alarm everybody else, and then they all come after you. And I felt like if I talked about meat too loudly in that place, I was going to get dirty looks.
I think you're being silly, Matthew. While we were there, I was talking about the beef and mushroom burger that I ate earlier that day.
You got some sneers.
Did I?
No, I don't know. But why don't they offer a meat burger? I go to a regular restaurant.
It's a vegan place.
Yeah, but
they don't even have cheese.
So you can get a vegan meal at a place that serves meat. Why can't you get a meat burger just for the meat option? Not everybody go in there.
But
I see your point, but I don't necessarily agree.
But why not do something different? I mean, for like the longest time, these types of restaurants didn't even exist, right? So imagine, for example, actually, I've been a vegetarian since I was 4 or 5 years old, and I've been to countless restaurants where I'm kind of like just mustering up some type of meal to have because I've not been able to have probably anything at times, you know, so like birthday parties or, where it's not my choice where we're going. And so I would just eat whatever I could, or I would try to custom a pasta, say that like maybe there wasn't even a vegetarian pasta available to me, or a salad that didn't have some kind of meat protein in it. And I would ask them to remove it and still have to pay, you know,
sometimes
the same price or, you know, sometimes even breakfast, you know, like.
For all the times that Meera had to eat like spaghetti with oil while everyone else was having a steak.
But weren't these restaurants accommodating to some point? If I asked this place for a little bit of bacon in my burger, they're going to tell me to get out of there. They're not even going to try.
Yeah, because you've entered a restaurant that I guess is trying to like cater to a certain